Hi, beautiful, lovely souls. Grand rising to you, wherever you're at. So, we're going to find out what happens when the fear psychosis returns to the sender. So, I'll tell you about my experience with having fear psychosis instilled into me as early as infancy. It definitely impacted my decision making. It increased self doubt and definitely contributed to a lot of self hate, a lot of envy and jealousy. And when I had to confront, you know, the unhealthy things that I was doing, there was so much shame and guilt coded around that seed of fear psychosis that was planted in me. I automatically assumed that it was something I had brought upon myself. Working through that shame and guilt was it's like learning a new language. Not really understanding that it's okay not to understand it in one day. You know, having the ambition and the goal to learn a new language, and then to realize that learning this beautiful new language is a journey in itself. You know, discovering deeper things about myself while learning a new language. But feeling as if I don't have enough time to learn the language was very frustrating. Overcoming fear psychosis. But when you are able to stand firm and fast and 10 toes down and getting to the root of the fear psychosis, despite all the spiritual warfare that is targeted your way, you will experience a lot of beautiful benefits. Let me turn this heat on. All right. So, when you are going to be releasing fear psychosis, be mindful that whoever implanted it into you from the beginning of your life and, various relationships, every belief system that you challenge, these individuals are going to fight back to keep those fear psychosis going. They're going to amp up on it because they don't want to lose control over you. However, even if you just release a little bit of the fear psychosis, it goes back to the sender. Now, the more of the fear psychosis you release back to the sender, the more harder the sender and the originator of the fear psychosis is going to send spiritual warfare your way. The deeper their poverty mentality, the more malicious the spiritual warfare will be. So even if someone, you know, may have a lot of material wealth, if they are bankrupt on the self-love department, like they can't even get a loan for self-love because people can already see you're not going to pay on it. This is the more malicious their magic is going to be. And the more self-love that you garner, the more they're going to send people your way to disrupt you while you are actively releasing the fear psychosis. Now, a lot of fear psychosis is done in the very beginning stages of your life because most individuals who create fear psychosis in innocent, pure souls, they're afraid of every vulnerability that they have being exposed to the very same people, well, by the very same people who instill fear psychosis in them. So even if the individual might not be alive in their lives, there's someone from their past actively in their psyche repeating fear psychosis to them. So basically, to sum this up, anyone who is creating fear psychosis in a pure innocent soul is really just trying to use the pure innocent soul as a shield so that they will not be attacked with fear psychosis and exploited or revealed for who they are. Anyone who creates fear psychosis within another is literally trying to protect themselves from their vulnerabilities being exposed. When vulnerabilities are beautiful, as you embrace your vulnerabilities, this is how you release fear psychosis. You being honest about your fears doesn't attract predators. It actually scares them away. Imagine, for example, if I saw that you were in a fragile state. And let's say I'm a predator and I come up to you to exploit you. And the very same thing I'm trying to pry out of you so that I can see how to control you, you totally change the narrative and you start really doing shadow work in front of me. And not in the way where we have thought shadow work to be. You really start working through that thing. And I really try to discredit your emotions, anything that you're saying. And I may try to rush you and say, you're talking too much. However, you work through it. What happened is you just freed yourself from fear psychosis, an aspect of it. And I realized that I can't bamboozle you because you just got to the root of what it is I'm trying to do, which is basically scapegoat you so others do not see my vulnerabilities. Now, a predator is more than likely going to afterwards target someone else who has the same fear psychosis that you just released, but they're not actively releasing it. However, what happens after they encounter someone who has actively released a certain fear psychosis? Well, they start meeting other people who actively release fear psychosis in front of them. And this is not just something that's happening once. This is something that's happening over and over. And they start thinking, I thought I had the perfect target. What the fuck is happening here? We're going to ask the cards, and that popped out. We have Transform with Raven, Accept Your Gifts, and Rise. So, releasing fear psychosis is a very powerful self-healing method. If you are able to release fear psychosis, you're powerful. That means anyone who is trying to subject you to fear tactics, you freeing yourself makes the person who instilled the fear psychosis into you, it goes back to them immediately. And they have to sit in that prison, and they don't know how to get out of it. Now, as you release fear psychosis, you learn that it is safe for you to love and be honest and vulnerable. And some people may say, you're exposing too much. However, it is safe to be vulnerable in this world. And fear psychosis says you can't be safe. You can't say certain things But the things that you choose not to say is what a predator, and the cycle's ending for you guys as you're listening to this. What you choose not to say or bring to light is what the predator is going to use to trap you. For example, those of us who have experienced molestation, the thing that, for example, I'm trying to get to it. It's like someone would have said, hey, keep this secret. You can say everything else except this. And during the time, they're building this false sense of trust with us that we carry with us for a long time in our energy field, so we attract other people like them. And because we have this limiting perception that let's keep this secret, the secret that we choose to keep really isn't that significant. It's just something that the predator is using to control us. Okay? Now, for every bout of fear psychosis that was instilled into you, God blessed you with the psychic ability. So as you overcome areas of fear psychosis, psychic abilities awaken within you so that you can protect yourself from the evil eye of the person where the fear psychosis originated. Let's get some additional messages. What is ending for you guys? Because I saw 1010 and 1111. All their imbalance is now returned to them. This is cool. Okay. King of Cups in reverse. So someone is going to be seen as a tyrant and an emotional manipulator. And people that we were once able to fool are going to feel highly slighted by them and just feel as if everything that they've said is a lie. Now, the reality of it is they didn't lie the whole time, but because their intentions was to create a false sense of comfortability, people who are learning how to not see things in black and white are going to be highly slighted by these people. But it was meant for whoever met the person who was doing emotional manipulation to be in these people's lives so these people could understand balance. That even an evil-hearted person has some good qualities, but they choose to let their evil intentions, take them over the edge. Also, what's happening is you're going to feel safe to not automatically take on belief systems, and you won't feel unbalanced if you don't let something cement into you. Predators like to cement things into you so that they can shame and guilt you. I feel like the 1111 portal that is open for you is you're going to be comfortable not letting a belief system be set in stone. Even if you have a conversation with someone who's wise beyond their years, you're going to say, that was very enlightening. But I'm not going to cement this into my mind. I'm going to be thankful for it and let this evolution evolve on its own. I feel like the 1111 portal that's opening for you guys, you're going to allow belief systems to sit for a while and ask your energetic aura to consistently release what is not yours. You're going to experience less stress, more peace, and new experiences of joy. Thank you for being present, you beautiful, lovely souls.